One of the assumptions of a good regression model is that the data of the regression model have to be normally distributed. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can check normality of your data using SPSS software. So here is my data file which I normally use for my SPSS videos. Here y is the dependent variable and x1, x2, x3 are the three independent variables. So let's run the test. From analyze, go to descriptive statistics, then click on explore. In this small box you will find three sections. On the left side the variables are listed, in the middle there are some blank boxes, and on the right side there are some buttons. I have to pass the variables whose normality is going to be tested in the middle section. So I want to test the normality of all my variables, so I'm just passing all those variables. I can pass one by one or pass them at a time. Then click on the plots, this one, plots, and in this small box check out normality plots with tests, then click on continue, and finally click on OK. Some seconds will be needed to generate the outcome, and here comes our outcome. The first table is not necessary to interpret. The second one is also unnecessary for this normality test, and the third one, which is called tests of normality, is our concern. Here we see two sections. First one is called Kolmogorov-Smirnov test, and second one is called Shapiro-Wilk test. You will use any one from these two. You can use Kolmogorov-Smirnov test, or you can use Shapiro-Wilk test, but there is a condition. The condition is that if your sample size is less than 2000, you will use the second one, I mean Shapiro-Wilk test. And if your sample size is greater than 2000, then you will use Kolmogorov-Smirnov test. In this case, in my case, in this model, my sample size is less than 2000. My sample size is 10, which is less than 2000. So I'm going to consider Shapiro-Wilk test. The rules here is that you have to check out the significance value of each of the variables. Whether you are considering Kolmogorov-Smirnov test or Shapiro-Wilk test, you have to look at the significance value of each of the variables. If the significance value is greater than 0.05, then the respective variable has normality in its data. I'm saying again, if the significance or p-value is greater than 0.05, then the respective variable has normality in its data. Here what we see for y, the significance value is greater than 0.05, means that y is normally distributed. Then come to x1. We see the p-value of x1 is less than 0.05. The p-value of x1 is 0.022, which is less than 0.05. So x1 is not normally distributed. And then x2 and x3 both are normally distributed, as their p-values are showing they are more than 0.05. So ultimately what we find here in this model, in this data set, y, x2 and x3 are the three variables. Those are normally distributed and x1 is not normally distributed. So is it violating the rules of the assumptions of regression? No. It's okay to get data with abnormal distribution, because when you are collecting data, the answer from one respondent to another respondent may vary in a greater extent. So it's okay. You cannot manipulate in those data if you are collecting the real data. So this is the case, and it's okay to include x1 in your data set for your regression analysis. So ultimately this is the thing, and this is the ending. And if you have any question regarding the video, regarding anything, you can ask me in the comment section. And finally, thanks for watching.